the mountains on fire.
And as the flame set at the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them
with thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth. Sar.
All right. Shalom. Once again, we at I.S.U.P.K, Durham, North Carolina, performing the Lord's Sabbath service. Okay, so now we're going to read the scriptures. Okay, Salakia for that. All right, so we've been having some technical difficulties throughout the morning. That's why we're late. Salakia for that. Okay, so we're gonna open up to Deuteronomy chapter 20, and was it verse 14? I don't know why I put 12 in there. Next. Well, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. So if you want to read along, and if you want to read along in the Hebrew, you're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 14. And if when you go there, you look to the left, you're going to see a little blue box that says tools. You push that button, and the Assyrian Hebrew will come up if you want to read in the Hebrew. All right? With that being said, I'm going to read the Hebrew, okay? And then we're going to proceed. So this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 14 in the Hebrew. Rock, Anashiam, Wahatap, Bahama, Wakal, Ashar, Yahaya, Ba'ayar, Kal, Shalola, Tabaz, Laka, Wa'akalaf, Af, Shalol, Ayabayaka, Ashar, Nathan, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Laka. Verse 15. Khan, Fa'aisha, Lakal, Ha'arium, Hara, Kakwath, Mamaka, Ma'ad, Ashar, La'a, Ma'aria, Magawayam, Ha'ala, Hana. Verse 16, Rock, Ma'aria, Ha'amayam, Ha'ala, Ashar, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Nathan Laka, Nakala, La'a, Bahaya, Kal, Nashama. Verse 17 in the Hebrew, Kaya, Hakaram, Thakariomum, Ha Kathia, Waha Amaria, Haka Hakanaania, Waha Parzia, Ha Hawa'a, no, Ha Kawaya, Waha Yaba Wasia, wow, Waha Yabawasia, Ka'ashar, Tazawak, Yahweh Alahayaka. Verse 18. Lama'ain, Ashar La'ah, Yalamadwa, Athakam, La'aishawath, Kakal, Hawa Ibatham, Ashar, Aishawa, La'a Lahayahum, Waka Ta'atham, La Yahawa Alahayakam. Verse 19. Kaya Tazawar Al Ya Ayar Slaki Ayar Yamayam Labayam Laha Lathkam Alaya Latha Pasha La'a Thasha Kayath Ath Aitaza Lana Dath Lana Dak Aliyawa Garazun Kaya Mamanwa Ta'akal Wa'athwa La'a Thakarath Kaya Ha'adam Aitaza Hashada Laba'a Mapanyaka Matazawar. Verse 20. Verse 20. Rock, Aitaza, Ashar, Thadai, Kaya La'a, Aitaza, Ma'akal, Hawa'a, Athwa, the Shakayath, Wakarath, Wabanyath, Matazawar, Al, Ha'aya, Salaki Ha'ayar, Ashar, Hawa'a, Aisha, Imak, Malakama, Aid, Radatha. Was that 7 or this is the last one, right? 20 was the last one, right? So you take over the English.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20 and verse 14. But the woman and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, because the Lord thy God hath given thee. Verse 15. Thus shalt thou be unto all the cities which are very off from thee, which are not of the Thus shall all This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 15. Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations.
So the Most High is just saying right here, like whenever we take a city at his command, we can do whatever we will with the spoils. You understand? That's all it is. Read on.
Verse 16. But of the cities of these people, which the Lord thy God doeth give thee for an inheritance, thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth.
Understand? That means kill everything, even the roaches, kill everything. So read on.
Verse 17. But thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites and the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, as the Lord thy God have commanded thee.
And if I may, we didn't obey this command right here. And these same people that are mentioned here came back to cause us problems over the generations. Read on.
Verse 18, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done unto their gods. So should ye sin against the Lord your God.
So the reason why we're destroying these nations is because they polluted the Holy Land with idolatry, multiple gods, and the Most High wants us to wipe it off the face of the earth. That's what he wants. He didn't get it as of yet. Read on.
Verse 19, when thou shalt besiege a city a long time, in making war against to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them. For thou mayest eat of them, but thou shalt not cut down them. For the tree of the field is a man's life, to employ them in the siege. Verse 20, only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy them. Thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee until it be subdued.
And so bulwarks is like protection and also something to ram the gates with, right? So he's telling you, like, don't any fruit trees or trees that give off any kind of fruit or food, don't touch them. But the trees that don't give off any kind of edible food, then of course you can cut them down and use them for whatever. Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 21 in the Hebrew. Kaya mataza ya mataza a kalol ba'adama ashar Yahweh alahayaka Nathan laka lara shatha Napal bashada la'a nawadai Maya Hakahawa. Verse 22. Wait a minute. Verse 2? Oh, so that was 20 verse 1. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 2, Salaki. Wayataza awa zakwanyaka washapatiaka wama dadwa al ha'arium ashar sabayabath Salaki hakalol verse 3 Wahaya ha'ayar ha'kwaraba al ha kalol walakwakwa zakwanya ha'ayar hawa'a igalath bakwar ashar la'a ibad ba ashar la'a mashaka ba'al. Verse 4 Waha waradawa or radwa zakwanya ha'ayar hawa'a af agala al nakal ayatan ashar la'a ya ibad bawa wa la'a yazarai wa I rapwa sham Ath, Ha'igala, Banakal. Verse 5. Wana Gashwa, Hakahanyam, Banya, Lawaya, Kaya, Ban Bakar, Yahawa Alahayaka, Lashawathwa, Wala Baraka, Bashum, Yahawa, Wa'al, Panyahum, Yahaya, Kal, Rayab, Wakal, Nagai. Verse 6. Wakal, Zaquanya, Ha'ayar, Ha-Hawa'a, Hakarabium, Al, Hakalol, Yarakatazawa, Ath, Yada Yahum, Al, Ha'aigala, Ha'ai-Ra-Wapa, Banakal. Okay, verse 7. Wa'ainwa, Wa'amarwa, Yada Ayanawa, La'a, Shapakwa, Ath, Hadam, Hazah, Wa'ayanaya, Wa'ayanaya Nawa, Ya'ayanaya Nawa, La'a, Ra'awa. Okay, so you start.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21 and verse 1. If one be found slain in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, laying in the field, and it be not known who have slain him. Verse 2. Then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain. Verse 3. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of the city, shall be taken hither, which have not been wrought, taken in heifer, which have not been wroth with, and which have not drawn in the yoke. Verse 4. And the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck there in the valley. Verse 5. And the priest and the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come near, for them the Lord thy God have chosen to minister unto him, and to bless in the name of the Lord, and be their word, and be by their word, shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. Verse 6. And all the elders of that city that are next unto the slain man shall wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. Verse 7. And they shall answer and say, our hands have not shed this blood, neither have our eyes seen it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21 and verse 8 in the Hebrew. Kapar, La'aimak, Yasha'ala, Ashar, Padayath, Yahweh, Wa'al, Thun, Dum, Nakia, Bakwarab, Aimak, Yasha'ala, Wana Kapar, Lahum, Hadam. Verse 9. Wa'atha, the Ba'ar, Hadum, Hanakwaya, Makwarabaka, Kaya, Ba'aisha, Hayashar, Ba'ayanaya, Yahweh. Verse 10. Kaya, the Taza'a, Lama, Lakama, Al, Ayambiyaka, Wanathanwa, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Bayadaka, Washa Bayath, Shabayawa. Verse 11. Wara Ayath, Bashabaya, Ashath, Salakia, Yapath, Ta'ar, Waka Shakwath, Baha, Wala Kwakath, La Ashar. Verse 12. Waha Ba'aftha, Al, Thawaka, Bayathak, Wagalaka, Ath, Ra'asha, Wa'aisha Tha, Ath, Tazapanya, Tazarup, Tazaparanya. Tazaparanya is the word Salaki. Verse 13. Waha Sayara, Ath, Shamalath, Shabaya, Ma'aliyah, Wayashaba, Babayathka, Babayathaka, Wabakatha, Ath, Abaya, Wa'ath, Ama, Yarak, Yamayam, Wa'akar, Khan, Babawa'ah, Aliyah, Waba Ilatha, Wahayatha, Laka, La Asha. And verse 14. Wahaya La'a Hapaza Ka Patazaf Baha Washa Lak Katha Lana Pasha Wamakar La'a Tama Karunna Bakasap La'a Tha Imar Baha Vakath Ashar Aniyatha, the English from 8.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, and verse 8 in the English. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel's charge. And the blood shall be forgiven of them. It's like it be forgiven them. Verse 9. So shalt thou be put away. So shalt thou put away the guilt of the innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord. Verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hand, and hast taken them captive. Verse 11. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her unto thy wife. It's like, have her to thy wife. Verse 12. Then shalt thou bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and par her nails. Verse 13. and she shall put away the raiment of her captivity far off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that, thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Verse 14. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money, and thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her.
And this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, and verse 15 in the Hebrew. Kaya bahaya yun la ayash shatia nashayam ha'akath aha waba waha akath shanawa'a waya ladwa lawa banyam ha ahawa ba waha shana wa'a wahaya haban habakawar lasha lashanya a. Verse 16, wahaya bayawum hana hana kayalo kayo whoa hana kaya hana kayolwa af banyawa af ashar yahaya lawa la'a yawakal labakar af bun ha'a salakya ha'a hawaba al punya bun hashawa'a habakar. Verse 17, kaya af habakar bun hashanwa'a yakayor lafaf lawa paya shanyam bakal ashar yamataza'a lawa kaya hawa'a ra'ashiath anwa lawa mashapat habakara. Verse 18, kaya yahaya la ayash bun saror shawawar wama wara ayan nawa shamai bakwawo abayawa wabakwawo amwa wayasarwa athwa wala'a yashamai alahayam. Verse 19, wathapashwa bawa abiyawa wa amwa waha wataza ya'awa ath al sequoia ayarwa wa al sha'ar makwamwa salake makwamwa. Verse 20, wa amarwa al sequoia ayarwa bana nawa bananwa za sawa roar Wamara ayanan nawa. Bakwol nawa. Tawalol wasaba'a. Verse 21. Wara gum hawa. Kal Anashia Ayarwa Ba'abanyam Wamath Waba Irath Harai Makarabka Wakal Yasha'ala Yashama'aiwa Waya Ra'awa. English.
This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21 and verse 14. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will. It's like 15, so it's like verse 15 in the English. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 15. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have both borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and the firstborn son is hers that was hated. Verse 16. Then it shall be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make us the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. Verse 17. Oh, Slacker, that's a shout out to all you Christians out there that say you can only have one wife. But
That's right.
we get back to it. Verse 14. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, Slacker, verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they chasteneth him, have chastened him, will not hearken unto them. Verse 19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out to the elders of the city and unto the gate of his place. Verse 20. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. Verse 21. And all the men of the city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
So with this particular set of verses, this is showing you how important it is to obey your parents.
That's right.
You understand? Like after they tell you a certain amount of times, they was going to take you to the priest. You understand? And if the priest judged you that you were not redeemable, then you were going to get stoned to death. Why? It tells you right there. So that thou shalt put away evil from among you. Understand what I'm saying? So we had to show our young people the limits and the discipline that they must have. You understand? It's very important for the survival of a nation. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21 and verse 22 in the Hebrew. Wakaya, Yahaya, Ba'ayash, Hata'ah, Mashapat, Mawath, Waha, Wamath, Watha, Layath, Athwa, Al, Aitazah. Verse 23, La'ah, Layan, Naba, Lathwa, Al, Ha'aitazah, Kaya, Quarab Salakia Quabawar the Quabaranwa Bayawum Ha Hawa'a Kaya Qualolath Alahayam the Loya Wala'a the Tama'a Ath Adam Mathaka Ashar Yahweh Alahayaka Nathan Laka Nakala. Verse 24. Oh, okay, this is the book. So we did how many there? We did 2. Okay, so all right, so we do 5 here, right? Okay, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 1. La'ah, Fara'ah, Ath, Shawar, Akiaka, Awa, Ath, Wayawa, Nadakium, Waha, Fa'ilamath, Alamath, Maham, Hashab, Ashayabum, La Akiaka. Verse 2. La'a Kwarawab Akiaka Aliaka Wa La'a Yada Aithwa Wa'a Sapathwa Al Thawaka Bayathaka Wahaya Aimaka Aid Darash Akiaka the Waha Shabbathwa Lawa. Verse 3. Wakan the Aisha Lakamarwa. Wakan the Aisha Lasha Malathwa. Wakan the Aisha Lakala Abatha Akiaka Ashar the Ibad Mamanwa Wama Taza'atha La'a Tawakal Laha the Ilam. Verse 4. La'a Thara'ath Ath Kamawar Hayaka Awa Shawarwa Salaki Shawarwa Napoleon Badaraka Waha Fa'ilamath Maham Hakum Takwayam Aimwa. Verse 5. La'a Yahaya Kal Gabar Al Asha Wala'a Yalabash Gabar Shamalath Ashar Kaya Thawa Ibath Yahweh Alahayaka Kal Aisha Allah. We read the last 2, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna read 22 and 23, right?
Okay.
Okay.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21 and verse 22. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree. Verse 23. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God, and thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for inheritance. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 1. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. Verse 2.
So this is brotherhood, right? So if your brother's ox or his sheep or one of his animals runs onto your property, then you are to gather that animal and take it back to your brother. That's it.
That's right. Verse 2. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it unto him again.
Right. So if you don't know who it belongs to, and remember now, this is a brother. A brother is all the Israelites. All the Israelites are your brother. That's right. So if your brother's animal comes onto your property and you don't know who it belongs to, you just keep it there. You take care of it. You keep it there. When he comes to claim it, then you return it to him. It's just that simple.
It's like him.
3.
Verse 3. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost thing of thy brothers, which he have lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself.
So in other words, if you find somebody else's property, you can't sell it, you can't trade it, nothing. You just have to hold on to it, you understand, until it's claimed. That's what it's saying. You have to hold on to it because this is brotherhood, right? This is brotherhood. Like, take care of your brother. You understand? If he loses his garment, you don't take his garment and sell it.
Right.
You hold on to that garment to that, hey, did you see my garment is blue and yellow with a crown on it or something, and you have it, then you return it to him. Okay?
Verse 4. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. Verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So it doesn't mean that women can't wear pants. Women could wear women's pants, pants pertaining to a woman. She can wear that. Okay?
That's right.
But garments that are made for men, that's what it means. Garments that are made for men, a woman cannot wear those garments. That's all. It's an abomination. You know, it's really simple. The Most High, you know, he wants to make a clear distinction. Yo, that's a woman. And that's a man.
That's right.
No confusion at all, man. That's all. And I think that's beautiful. I think that is absolutely beautiful. When I walk down the street, I know that that's a man and that's a woman.
That's right.
It can't get no simpler than that.
If I could search logic,
go ahead.
The I guess I don't even know what to call him no more. I can't even say it. I can't even call him a preacher. But they saying that, you know, God is non-binary.
Yeah.
He's no longer he doesn't have a gender.
Yeah. Come as you are.
Yeah, like you can be exactly what you are, no matter what you think. Just be it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Lord said, "Don't do that, man."
I understand Christianity. Slovakia. Go ahead. You know, I understand what Christianity is doing, right? But like sometimes I try to understand how is it that they claim that the Bible is the word of God, but they're always trying to change it, you know. And this is the problem that we're having, right? Okay, so let's read on. Okay, so Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 6 in English. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way in any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the yoke. So if you come across a bird, let me see if I get this right, and they're nesting, you understand, you don't take away, you understand, the mother or the animal that's nesting over the eggs. You give them eggs a chance to hatch, except if they're in the chicken coop. Because we eating some of them eggs. We eat some of that. Yes. So this is in the wild. Yes, I did. Yeah. Oh, okay. Water. Okay, so that verse I supposed to have read in Hebrew. That's my bad. And so this is the book of that's my bad. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 6 in the Hebrew. Kaya la kora'ah kwan tazapawar la punyaka badaraka bakal aitaza awa al ha'aratazar aparathkia ha salake aparakayam awa baya tazayam waha'am Rabba Aith, Rabatazath, Al Ha Aparakium, Awa Al Habaya Tazayam, La'a the Quack, Ha'am Al Habunyum. Verse 7. Shalak, Tashalak, Ath, Ha'am, Wa'ath, Habunyum, Thakwak, Laka, Lama'ain, Yayan, Yayatab, Salakia, Laka, Waha Arathakam, Waha Arakath, Yamayam. Verse 8, Kaya, Tabana, Bayath, Karash, Wa Aishiath, Ma'aikwa, Lagagaka, Wala'a, Tashayam, Damayam, Bayathaka, Kaya, Yapal, Hanapal, Mamanwa. Verse 9, La'a, the Zarai, Karamak, Kala'ayam, Pun, Takwadash, Hama La'a, Hazarai, Ashar, Tazarai, Watha Bawa'ath, Hakaram. Verse 10, La'a, Takarash, Bashawar, Waba Kamar, Yakadwa. Verse 11, La'a, Talabash, Sha'aitan, Aitanaz, Tazamor, Wapa Shathium, Yakadwa. Verse 12, Gadolium, Aisha Laka Al Arabai, Kanapawath, Kasawathaka, Ashar, Takasa, Baha. Then we go to, we started at 6, right? So we should go to 13. 13 is last. Okay, Most High in Christ. Verse 13, Kaya, Kwak, Ayash, Asha, Waba'a, Aliyah, Washa, Na'a. Okay, now you got it. Okay. 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 6. If a bird's nest chance be, if a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young. Verse 20, verse 7. But thou shalt in any wise let the dam go and take the young to thee, and it may be well with thee, and thou mayest prolong thy days. It's like, is this saying that you can eat the eggs after, but don't kill the mother?
I think that's what it's saying. But thou shalt be wise, let the dam go, meaning you won't kill the
Right.
dam.
Come concert.
Because then the chicken won't make no more eggs for you.
Right. You got a point. Gonka. Verse 8. Thou, when thou buildest a new house, when thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence.
So like if you build like a roof and then you have to put up a wall on the roof so people don't fall. You understand? So like a battlement is like on a castle, and you build, on a castle, you build battlements to ward off the enemy in defense of the castle. So in your house, you build a battlement or a barrier that people will fall off the roof. That's what it's saying. Okay. Now you see, like this is the thing that these are the kind of things that I love about the Bible. Like we don't miss nothing, man. Every particular situation, there's a remedy for the safety and the well-being of the people. That's what we're seeing. If you build a house, you build a battlement or you build a barrier on the top of the roof so that people don't fall off. That's beautiful. You understand? That's a good culture. You understand? We'll sign Christ. But we don't slack you.
Verse 9. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled.
Right, because different seed takes different nutrients out of the ground. So you want to put one set of grapes over here, and then you have another vineyard separate or set apart if you want to plant another type of grapes, because each type of grape draws different types of nutrients from the ground. And all of this is really science of agriculture. You understand what I'm saying? That we had, you understand, before the other nations. You understand? It's a market, man. Okay, go ahead.
Come, verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as a woolen and linen together. Verse 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon thy...
Hold on just a second. So let me clear something up with verse 11. What this is saying, what this is talking about, like you can't sell your brother, you know what I'm saying, pleather and call it leather. You can't defraud somebody with a garment. You understand? You can't defraud somebody. It's not like you can't wear a garment. Like you can have a garment made out of leather and then have some fur on it. That's not what it's talking about. What it's talking about, you can't defraud somebody. Whereas you can't sell them some one thing and say it's another thing.
Right.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, bro.
Come. Verse 12. Thou shalt make the fringes upon the four corners of thy vesture, there wherewith thou coverest thyself.
So that's a garment. That's not a t-shirt. You understand? It's a garment where we put fringes on our garments. Like, you understand? We don't put fringes. Shalom. Shalom, yo. Yeah, but whereas we don't put fringes, right? Or t-shirts, man. That's disrespectful. I'm just gonna say this. I see these guys with these fringes, and they look like they got on skirts to me.
Right, look like a dress.
Yeah, that's what it look like to me.
You just swinging in the wind.
Thou shalt not wear a garment pertaining to a woman.
That's right.
Both sides.
Verse 13. If a man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her. That's the end of the English, sir.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 14 in the Hebrew. Washam laha aliyah dobarium waka watazaya'a aliyah sham rai wa amar ath ha'asha haza'ath la kwak kathia wa korab aliyah wala'a mataza'athia laha batha William. Come on now. It won't switch. Okay, there we go. Verse 15. Wala kwak abaya hana ara wa ama waha wa tazaya awa af bakawalia hana ara al zakonya ha ayar hasha ara. Verse 16, wa amar abaya hana ara al hazaquanyam ath bathia nathathia la ayash hazah la ashar wayashana'ah. And verse 17, wahana hawa'a sham aliyah lath dabarium la amar la'a mataza'athia la bathak batha wolium wa Allah batha wolia bathia wa parashwa hashamola la panya zakonya hai ayar. Verse 18, wala kwakwa zakonya ha ayar ha hawa'a ath ha ayash wayasarwa athwa. Verse 19. We're gonna cut it up. We're gonna chop it after this. I don't want my y'all. We're gonna chop it after this. It's 10 minutes to 12. Okay, we're gonna chop it after this. Okay. After this set. Verse 19. Wa ainashwa athwa ma'aha kasap wana Thunwa, la abia, hana ira kaya, hawa taza ya aw. Salake once again. Hawa taza ya shim ra rai al batha walath yasha Allah waloi wa ta haya la asha la yawa kal lasha la kal yamai yamayawa. 20 should be the last one. Last 19 was last one. Okay, so start there. Shut it down.
Slovakia. 13. 19. Okay. This book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 13. If a man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, verse 14, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Verse 15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate.
So if I may, real quick, if I may, this is talking about like if you get married and then you say, hey man, I don't like this woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, she wasn't a virgin, man. Like you gave me a woman under fraudulent circumstances. So what the father would do, like on the wedding night or the night of, when they got married, and if she had blood on the sheets or whatever, you understand, the father would keep that as a token of her virginity. You understand? So if a brother say like, yo, she wasn't a virgin or she wasn't a young woman of marriageable age or she had sex with somebody before and it wasn't fresh, you understand what I'm saying? That would be something that, you understand, the father would take up on